And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go. Now a play fake it at Stafford. Ebron caught left side. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
They go back to Riddick. And this time they're able to bottle him up as he'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And down inside the 15 he goes. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
Flush to his right. Hard throw, incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalposts, and the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Ohio! Come on, let's go!
Now a second down throw for Kaiser. The rookie first-rounder David Njoku with it. And he's going to be marked down deep in Detroit territory. A big play that time for Cleveland. 53 yards.
That's it, baby. Come on!
From the red zone now, Kaiser. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Come on, let's go.
On second down, Kaiser again. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up third down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, No more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
They'll throw here. Kaiser. And now another one thrown incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
Yeah, as an offensive coordinator, if you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work. But in his defense, this has been a stifling defense so far. So they've got to start finding a way to unlock them as this game goes on.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. A first down carry now for Crowell. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Isaiah Crowell, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns were able to cash in for 6. And he knocks it through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Lions. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
So the D-line's going to spread out. To throw is Stafford. He hits Riddick underneath. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
We got 3 down.
Riddick with a carry. And he's got room. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Defenses always have a goal of holding a runner under 100 yards. Well, he went over 150 last week, won NFC Player of the Week award honors. And guess what? He's got a chance to do it again because of that vision he has. He sees holes that maybe don't exist.
Stafford, and he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down.
Strong left.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Larry.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Howard Wilson, the rookie from Houston. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Coming up later tonight, a reminder, one of the games we circled coming into the season, the Patriots at the Broncos. These two certainly have played some memorable games in recent years.
They sure have.
And tomorrow night, we wrap up Week 10 with the Dolphins heading up to visit the Panthers. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Flushed out right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Nate Orchard able to drop him for a loss of 4. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Out of the gun, Stafford. He's going to rifle one deep left. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Now a play fake here on first down.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
And this one is incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time, and that'll bring up second down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store.
Three buzz. Here we go. John 20. Mike's 59.
Throwing again. Stafford. Forced out to his left. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Watch the run. It's soft, baby. That's baby soft. 32. Lady.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1.
Check 31.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Jabril Peppers, the rookie from Michigan. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll run it again with Crowell. And some room to work. Sheds off the tackle. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
But we know one thing, Isaiah Crowell can run if given an opportunity. Had the longest run in the NFL in 2016, an 85-yard touchdown sprint, week 2 against Baltimore.
This one not quite as long, didn't end in 6, but still a great game. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
We got 4.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Kaiser now escaping the pressure right. And some room to maneuver. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Watch tight end.
Johnson. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Ohio! Come on!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And Crowell lost the football. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it. And that's exactly what he tried to do on that play.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Akeem Spence in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point. So no problems converting there.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And that is what you call a hit stick. Put down to the ground hard.
That's where you belong.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. Shift together here from the D-line. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. Tight end right, tight end right.
To throw on second down is Stafford. This is Riddick on the screen. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 6, and they're going to have a 3rd down. And this is a guy who last week not only helped his real team, but really helped a lot of fantasy teams. 3 trips to pay dirt. They've got to contain him.
And watching him play is like going to lunch with you when you order that combo plate, right? In this case, his combo plate is he can go over the top of you and catch it in front, turn it into a big gain, run past you, and then uses his size and his physical abilities to keep you away from the football. Hard to defend this guy.
Reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Back to throw. Stafford eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not aggravated by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws, power plays of that nature, and make sure you don't get hurt.
It's caught. Jones. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. Over the middle, complete. That's Tate. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. On second down. Here's Stafford. It's brought in left side by Tate. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Watch tight, watch tight. Tight end right, Feel set. Blue lady. We got three, fellas, we got 3.
Stafford looks to throw again. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Jared Abbrederis, as the first half is winding down. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Now Matt Prater for the point after. It's up, it's good. That'll make the scoreline 20-10. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Kaiser on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to hold that one in.
Kaiser to throw it. A screen complete to Crowell. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back at the 23. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a really, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important.
And he loses the football a second time. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone. At the 16-yard line.
Right. Get it. Turnover. That's what we do. Other way. Let's go.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit.
Our ball. That's our ball. Come on.
Crowell. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Strong right.
Again, it's Crowell. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Isaiah Crowell with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
I'm going to hit you all day, baby.
Now Kaepernick, his first toss off the bench. And this one's incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And it's third down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here's Stafford. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
You set. Ready?
Now a first down throw. Stafford. Ebron's got it. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Hey, easy.
Mike, check, 59.
They go play action here on first down.
Get ready.
There he goes inside the 30. He's got his man on the crossing route. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
And this is caught by Fells, right side. A gain of 6 there on first. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
In the red zone this time. Throwing again at Stafford. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is going to feel that one. Knocked down hard at the 13-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Here we go. Blue 80.
59, Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
On first and 10, Stafford.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
And it's caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Jones, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, that's fun, isn't it? What a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
That's it. That's it. Big hit. Man left, man left. 4 down, 4 down.
Here we go.
They keep it with Crowell on first. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Let's go!
On second down, Johnson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Go, go. It's run,
Duke Johnson,
run,
his third touchdown now on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt, you need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Dancing to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Ebron caught left side. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Stafford finding his big tight end Ebron for a Lion first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Snags it for the pick, and this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
Come on!
This is Crowell. And some room to roam now. And he loses the football the second time. And this is scooped up by the Lions. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. A very solid gain of 27. It only took Stafford 90 games to hit 25,000 yards in his career, fastest ever, and he adds to that yardage total there.
I'm not sure anyone in the league has a more confident arm than Matthew Stafford does. He can wait until they're actually open before delivering, as opposed to anticipating them being open because of the strength of his arm, and he doesn't mind showing it off.
7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
Double right. Trio right.
They'll run. This is Xander. And an alley to run. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Kenny Galladay is intended receiver. And now it's second down.
Single. Check 13.
To throw again. Stafford.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. A good pickup there, a 22.
Watch right. Here we go.
Zero.
That's the way.
On first down, Stafford here. Being chased out left. And that'll be incomplete. Jared Abbrederis, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The reception good for 7. It's third down. The Lions on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. Here it's 3rd and 3. To the air again, Stafford. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jamar Taylor. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter.
Oh, nice pick. Left. Watch left. Watch the screen.
Here we go. Ohio.
Watch the screen.
Ohio. Come on. Flex round.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. That's Njoku over the middle. And he's brought down after a good game.
Kill. Turn up.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the first round there. Nice little catch and run to get the good yardage.
Here we go.
On the run, it's Crowell. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Come on.
3 down.
On third down, Crowell. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Larry. Let's eat it up. We go set. Lady.
Stafford on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard.
Mike's 50.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some space here. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And now the offense operates in the red zone.
Watch left. You ready?
On first down, Stafford. Flush to his right. And he's got it. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
It's a loss of 2, now third down. Here's Stafford. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. The Lions on third down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Big 20, big 20. Block it. Slam.
The tight end changing his position.
Ringo.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. T.J. Jones with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Here's Kaepernick to throw. This is caught. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen. Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Kerry Hyder in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Flex round. Oh, let's go.
And they're going to go soft on the corners.
Flex round. Oh, let's go. 190. 190.
Bang. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
3rd and long for Kaiser. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Now it's Tate. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Danny Shelton busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
And you know what that generally means?
Success.
Yeah, that, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Stafford now to throw. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Come on! Now it's Crowell.
We got four down.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or two shy of the 30. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now.
Come on!
Now a handoff to Crowell. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Come on, let's go! Ohio!
Kaiser to throw. Going for the deep ball. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And it's no good. Gonzalez pulled it, and this score will stay right where it is. So with that miss, Charles, you have to figure their fate. It might be sealed.
Yeah, you needed 2 scores. So you take the field goal first and then worry about getting the ball back. But that may not matter now.
Stay with your man!
Now it's Stafford. And that is incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Stafford now to throw.
Here we go!
Caught right side, Tate. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
And there's Golden Tate doing exactly what he does well. Extra yards after the catch.
Exactly. To your point, among wide receivers, no one had more yards after the catch than Tate last year, 635. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. Stafford barking out signals and trying to get his guys set quickly.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard. Stafford. And that'll make it 3rd and 1. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And this will be recovered by the Browns hands team, and that should just about write a finish to this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort, They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Browns, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Lions,